everyone, and welcome back. Or maybe I should say welcome back to myself, since I've been the one who's been a little MIA. I hope all of you are having a fantastic Friday. It is a little stormy here, and I'm in a different part of the house today, so hopefully the internet will hold and I don't have to go tether myself again to my very, 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 very chaotic, in the process of being renovated, office. So I thought, what better way to break the monotony of rearranging things and organizing things than to come hang out with all of you for a second. And I do believe today is the full moon in Leo, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. Or actually, let me just look really quick. This is when screen sharing would be super helpful. Oh, no, wait. Let's see. What is today? Today is the full moon in what sign? I think I'm asking the wrong question of Google. It's in Virgo. Nice. So this full moon is going to be about revamping our routines and things like that, and things that are working and are not working, which has definitely kind of been the case for me lately, although I've been doing a lot of rearranging of things. Rearranging of things anyway, just because how to navigate all of my normal daily stuff on top of culinary school and management of this channel. And I was kind of hitting a little bit of a wall about what I wanted to do, because I kind of want to go in a lot of different directions. So I'm going to be utilizing the other channel a lot more. If you haven't subscribed over there, it's Eden Springs Homestead. And there is a link somewhere on the YouTube page. And I'll tag it after we're done with this live stream as well. And now that I'm past the 2-minute mark, I can be a little bit more free in what I want to say. A lot of crazy things are going on right now. And in a way, individually, we're not just going through a lot of these changing of routines and finding out what works and what doesn't work. But a lot of other things are being brought to the surface for all of us to look at and decide whether or not they are things we want to let continue, or whether they're things that we want to change in that way too as well. So you're definitely going to be seeing a lot more of that. But this has kind of been a bit of a leading process to these things have been coming to the surface for a long time, and a lot of it's kind of been poo-pooed by media, especially. And now that those things are being confirmed as true, a lot of us are kind of sitting back and going, what the fuck's going on? And what do we really believe? And this is where all that work we've done to get in touch with our intuitive self and that part of us that is always speaking to us, is really going to come in handy. So continue to do that work, and you will maybe find a little bit of peace in that too as well. Hello, husband. I love you. Glad you showed up. The cards. We are going to use the Sacred Traveler Oracle by Denise Lynn and also the Everyday Witch Tarot. I think Angela Hartfield does the Everyday Witch Tarot. Holy crap, hold on. I don't have my book in front of me right now, so I left him in the other room. Really fast. Deborah Blake, sorry. It's a collaboration between Deborah Blake and the artist Elizabeth Alba, who did the artwork in this deck, which is really the reason why I kind of fell in love with it as well. And then I also have the crystal deck that will pull for those of you individually who have popped into the chat or are here at the end and would like to kind of get a little bit of maybe a pointer from the universe in your own direction as well to kind of help you through this whole full moon in Virgo thing and just all the crazy shifting that's going on just in general. All right, so let's pull, we'll do 3 tarot and then 3 clarifiers through the Sacred Traveler deck. And hopefully this stream is smooth and not all sketchy because I'm in the other room. All right, we got 1. I'm going to pull cards and then we'll look at all of them together. Okay, so there's our 3 from the Everyday Witch Tarot. Let's get our 3 from the Sacred Traveler deck by Denise Lynn. And these all have little affirmations too as well. Oh, that's 3. Nice. All right. So we're going to do that. Okay. Sorry, it wanted me to go bottom to the top instead. All right, so if you want, you can do pick a pile. I kind of have them separated into 1, 2, and 3, or you could just take the whole message collective. Either one's going to work for this. We will start with the left-hand side, and the Everyday Witch Tarot card we got is the World, right? And this is our reminder that literally the world is your oyster right now, and there is nothing but options. And the reason you're seeing a lot of things you don't like, or maybe you're seeing a lot of things that you do like too as well. And if you do, make sure you continue to focus on that and don't get distracted by all the things you don't, because the less mind that you give those things that are maybe not something you want to continue in your life, the less hold it's going to have over your future reality, because, well, you're focusing over here where you're sitting on the beach with the Mai Tai, and maybe the only crisis you have is that the wind's blowing a little bit too hard and, well, it caught your hat. But, maybe it'll be a really fun game of, chase, and you'll meet somebody, or I don't know, something awesome will happen because of this experience as well. And that's how you'll know you're in the flow, right? Right now we're looking at the next half of this year too as well. We're getting ready to move into springtime, believe it or not, although it probably doesn't feel like it to a lot of you, but here down south in Louisiana, it's a balmy 80 degrees outside, I believe, right now. Actually, it might only be, I can hear the I hate yous coming at me already. I know. If it makes you feel any better, it's like 147% humidity, and hence, my clown hair today. How warm is it out there today? I don't know. I can't tell right now. So the world and in the flow, not a bad way to start this week. So even though things might look like they're kind of crazy right now, really what we're doing is getting into that energy of what we want to continue and pursue instead of, all the shit that we don't want to look at, right? But all that stuff is there so that maybe other people who haven't seen it need that information, So if it's already something that's become a truth for you, you don't really need the reminder. So you can focus somewhere else instead and be like, all right, this will, sort itself out. Unless, of course, there is something that you can actually do about it, in which case, please do it if that is what you're being asked. That's why it's important to pay attention to that intuition, right? Let's move on to our second card, and it is the Page of Wands, right? So right now you're being offered the choice. Follow this, little voice right here, represented by his animal helpers, or you can continue going the other way because you think that's the way that you should go. Make sure you have all of the information, or at least as much of the information as possible before you make any decision. Right now is the message coming through to me through this card. And oh my gosh, you can't make this shit up, you guys. Remember that everything is possible, and this is all about choosing the path that you want to take. And, it's not always choosing the path that looks easier either. Sometimes it's just choosing the one that looks right for you. And what may look scary to someone else, maybe the thrill of a lifetime for you. So don't let other people poo-poo on your party and in any way hinder your choice one way or another about what it is that you want to do right now. Okay. That's also a good way to know that you're in the flow as well. Damn, we get some really good cards this week. The Sun, 19. Digging it, right? The ultimate party, abundance and manifest form. Okay, so by getting into that flow of the things that you want to see, and by choosing that path over and over and over again, you arrive at this moment where, well, life is a joyous party. You're sharing it with your friends and your family and those that you love, and maybe even some that you don't even know, right? But ultimately, the saying is true. The sun did come out tomorrow, right? No matter how dark it looks today. And we all gotta lie back, rest, and relax, because there is nothing that you have to do but be that light of love in the world, and everything you say, do, and mostly think. You can't control all of that. And if you get down on yourself now and then, don't feel like that's a failure as far as your spiritual journey goes and your awakening. It's also part of the process. The only way that we can process through those feelings is by them being triggered and us making another choice to deal with it in a different way than we have before. And it gets a little bit easier riding that roller coaster when you can keep that in the forefront of your mind as you're going through these energetic waves. All right. And they are becoming monumentally bigger the more we move into this process. So don't let that freak you out. Don't think that you're starting all over again just because, something is being brought up that, you thought you got over. life is all about choices. And it can't all be kittens and ice cream, otherwise there wouldn't be a choice, right? Indeed, live life to the fullest while you're still here, which is what my husband says. And that has definitely been brought to the forefront lately for us as well. And it doesn't really get any easier, these losses, but they do remind us that sometimes our time is kind of limited, and none of us really remember what time we chose before we came. So make the most of every moment, and in the making the most of every moment, by finding that joy in every moment. And sometimes it's really hard and you got to really look close. But even in those challenges, sometimes we find our most joyful moments, right? I'm sure a lot of us can think of some pretty intense periods where we went through some pretty dark days, and now we're sitting in a completely different place than we were before. And that getting into the flow of that and choosing our path, leads to this, watching the clouds, basking in the sun moment. And it all started because this was the choice that we made, right? And we kept making that choice. No matter how scary it looked, we kept making the choice to follow that still small voice inside instead of the screaming banshee that is sometimes our thoughts. Remember, your mind can tell you nothing that you don't already know. In order for you to learn something you don't already know, sometimes you have to step off that cliff and trust in your heart that your wings are going to open. Even if it may look like you're just going to fall to your death. And that knowledge is what allows those wings to open. You're safe, loved, protected, prosperous. And everything is always working out for you. Maybe especially when it looks like they're not. And that is the message I'm going to leave you with today. So I'll pull some crystal cards for those of you in the chat. Hello, Angel. I love you too, and it's fantastic to see you. All right, husband, let's get your crystal, and I'll get that to you when you get home. And then we'll get one for you too, Angel. All right, you got two, husband. The Ruby and Fuchsite card, which is about increasing your passion for life and in your relationships as well. And the Tiger Iron. This is about feeling safe and protected, improving your self-esteem and confidence, dissipating any jealousies you may have in your life over other people and their circumstances. And this also helps to extend blessings and goodwill to others and increase your philanthropic actions. Ooh, like it. So remember your affirmation, which is, I am grateful for other people's good fortune, and it brings me joy to see others experience happiness. And I attract a life filled with divine love. Love it. All right, Angel. You get the Black Obsidian. Little shielding is necessary. This also helps to release negative thoughts, maintain your attention on the present moment, increase your situational awareness, and it also improves responsible thoughts and actions. Nice. So the affirmation for this stone says, I pay attention to what is going on around and within me, and I am attentive. Beautiful. All right, let's, is there anybody else hanging out that wants a card? Otherwise, I'm just going to pull one more collective. Oh. You should definitely lick it in case it sticks. All right, our general card, which is a great one considering yesterday was Luck of the Irish Day, right? The Jade. So this helps to improve our visualization of positive outcomes. It also helps to attract good fortune and good luck, improve our financial status, and activate our millionaire mind. Ooh, and that's kind of what today's message was about too, as well as about the steps you need to take in order to unlock that personal abundance. So there's a different take on today's message too. The affirmation is, I am incredibly lucky. I always have plenty of money with plenty to spare. That's a good one. And a good exercise to pair that with too as well is to try and always keep a certain denomination of bill, preferably a bigger one. I know that's not always possible though, so you can start with the little ones. And then to just visually go over all of the things that you could buy with that money. Maybe not all at once, but you could be like, well, I could buy lunch for myself, or I could buy that pair of shoes, or I could get some groceries, or I could pay that bill, or I could pay somebody to mow my lawn so I don't have to do it. I could pay for that one visit from a housekeeper so I don't have to do it. Name all the things that you could do with like $100, right? And then just keep running that over in your mind like you're actually shopping. Your mind doesn't know any better. All it knows is what you tell it. So try telling it things like you're amazing, that you totally love yourself, that you always have everything that you need, that you're super lucky and super smart and super brave, right? And you always have plenty of money with plenty to spare. Look at all the things that you could do with that $100, right? And start there. That's how you access the millionaire mind. It's not like, oh, when I win the lottery, I'll finally be able to do blah, blah, blah. What can you do today that will make you feel like a millionaire? And then do that. And do it some more. And more. And keep doing it. And get into that flow. Choose that path. And then bask in the sun and watch the clouds go by. Right? And sometimes the best way to access that too is indeed to wish that for everyone you know. What better prayer is there than the highest good of all in everything? Right? And yeah, you're right. Sometimes it is hard to focus on that, husband. That's why it's a choice. That's why it's choosing your path. And there's always going to be something that tries to throw a monkey wrench in it. Where do you think that whole good versus evil battle comes from? Everything else is just stories about it. God and the devil. You know, every religion has their good and evil story. But really, we battle it out every day here in our own mind. Nobody's doing it to us. Everything's a choice about how you react, and in that way, create. So what are you creating? Right? Hopefully it's of your highest good, and the knowledge that you're amazing. And every day you keep getting more amazing. So do something for yourself today to show you that you love you. Even if that means just standing in front of the mirror and saying it until you actually believe it. But choose that path of abundance, my friends, and choose it every time, in every way, no matter what shape it takes in your life, your career, your money, your children, your relationship, your finances. But choose what you love and keep choosing it and keep choosing it and keep choosing it. And I promise you, a year from now, you're not even going to recognize your life anymore. In a lot of ways, mine is a complete and utter opposite of what it was 8 years ago, or even 3 years ago, or a year ago. And in that way, we constantly evolve. That's what we're here to do. Keep evolving higher and higher in our own vibration until someday we remember, well, we are all one. We are all tiny, fractionated pieces of one giant whole, which is Source. Every single one of us. Good, bad, ugly, happy, sad, doesn't matter. It's just one big melting pot of awesome. And you get to dip your ladle in every single day and choose what you come up with. So choose it well. And then share that wealth with those that you love. And maybe those that you don't, but maybe need some love. I think all of us need a lot more love in our life and a lot less social media. All right. That's it for today, my beautiful friends. I love you all beyond measure. Remember, favor follows you wherever you go. Go out, be good. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. And remember, we're all human. Each and every one of us. And all you can control is whether or not you're being a good one. So go out and be the best one. And I'll see you all again soon. Bye now.